There comes a time in our lives when we must pause, not to look outward at what the world is doing, but to look inward and ask ourselves, what am I doing with the gift of life I've been given? Too often we find ourselves caught in the whirlwind of comparison. We scroll through someone else's highlight reel and forget the quiet battles we ourselves have fought and survived. We admire others, we envy others, we even lose ourselves trying to become others. But in doing so, we abandon the most sacred responsibility we have to honor our own journey. Let me ask you, when was the last time you looked at yourself and truly appreciated your resilience? When was the last time you stopped measuring your worth against the standards of people who do not walk your path? The world may be loud with opinions, with expectations, with distractions, but within you there is a silent strength waiting to rise. And that strength will only awaken when you choose to focus on your own growth, your own healing, and your own voice. This is not selfishness. This is self-respect. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. And today, I invite you to make a sacred promise to yourself. I will focus on becoming the best version of Menno, a copy of someone else. You are not in a race with anyone, but who you were yesterday. We often think of life as a race to success, to happiness, to accomplishments. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing our journey with others. But what if I told you that the only race worth running is the one against the version of yourself from yesterday? You are not competing with anyone else. You are simply evolving, learning, and growing. That's what matters. When we're constantly measuring ourselves against others, we forget the most important thing. You are not them. You don't know their struggles, their sacrifices, their sleepless nights. You don't know the parts of their story that aren't visible to the outside world. It's easy to admire someone from a distance, but never lose sight of the fact that you too are on a beautiful journey, and that journey doesn't need to mirror anyone else's. The pressure to keep up with others can be overwhelming. We live in a society that celebrates achievement, speed, and success. We see others achieving things and we start asking, why am I not there yet? But here's the truth. You are where you need to be. Life unfolds in its own time, in its own way, and it is not bound by a clock. It is bound by your heart, by your courage, by your resilience. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you gave yourself credit for how far you've come? When was the last time you measured your progress against the person you were last week, last month, last year? Perhaps it's time to stop looking outward and start acknowledging how much you've already accomplished. Each step you take is a victory. Even on the days you feel defeated, you're still learning. Even on the days when nothing seems to go right, you're still growing. The beauty of life is not in the destination, but in the process of becoming. If you keep looking at others, you'll miss the opportunities that are unfolding right in front of you. Remember, your pace is your own. You don't need to rush. Life is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you are running at your own rhythm. The moment you stop comparing your progress to others is the moment you set yourself free. It's the moment you can finally breathe, knowing that your journey is unfolding in perfect timing. The truth is, the only race you should care about is the race against your own limitations. Who were you yesterday? Who do you want to be tomorrow? What can you do today to be a better version of yourself? These are the questions that should guide your every step, not the achievements of others. Life is about you becoming who you are meant to be, not who someone else is. In this race, there are no shortcuts. There are no easy paths, but the rewards are greater than anything you could imagine. When you invest in yourself and you focus on your own growth, you begin to live a life that's truly yours. You begin to feel peace not because you've beaten someone else, but because you've beaten your own fears, your own doubts, and your own limitations. Let's stop measuring our lives against the timelines of others. Everyone has a different path. Some paths are longer, some are shorter, but they are all significant. When you stop looking at the finish lines of others, you free yourself to create your own finish line that aligns with your dreams, your passions, and your purpose. And yes, there will be times when you feel like you're falling behind. There will be moments when doubt creeps in and whispers that you're not doing enough. But when that happens, remind yourself that the only person who needs to approve of your progress is you. You have nothing to prove to anyone but yourself. The next time you feel the pressure to keep up with someone else's pace, stop and ask yourself, am I doing this for me? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, reevaluate and refocus. Life isn't about impressing anyone. It's about finding peace with who you are and where you are. There's beauty in taking your time. There's beauty in every step, no matter how small it seems. Celebrate every win, no matter how insignificant it may feel. Every day you choose to keep going, you're winning. So focus on yourself. The only race you're in is the one toward becoming the best version of who you already are. Protect your energy from unnecessary comparison. Every time you look at someone else's life and think that you should be there too, you're giving away your power. You're handing over your energy to someone else, draining yourself in the process. Comparison is the most toxic thing you can do to your soul. It takes away your peace, your joy, and your sense of self-worth. It makes you forget that your journey is sacred. We all have our own story, and it is a story worth living. When you start comparing yourself to others, you forget that your path is uniquely yours. The beauty of your journey lies in its imperfections, its challenges, its triumphs, and even in its quiet moments. Those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments that define you. The truth is, you can be inspired by others without having to become them. There's a huge difference between admiration and imitation. When you start imitating someone else, you lose yourself in the process. You forget that your strengths, your talents, and your passions are enough. You start chasing someone else's vision of success, and in doing so, you abandon your own. It's so easy to fall into the trap of comparison, especially in the age of social media. We scroll through curated lives, seeing only the highlights, and forget that behind those pictures there are real struggles. Everyone has their own battles, their own pain, their own healing to do. Just because someone seems to have it all together doesn't mean they do. The next time you catch yourself comparing, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am enough. I am enough in my own skin, in my own journey, in my own story. My worth is not defined by the accomplishments of others. My worth is defined by who I am becoming each day, by the love I give, and by the grace I show myself. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on thoughts that drain you. Don't waste it on negativity that keeps you stuck in a cycle of doubt and insecurity. You have the power to create your own energy, your own space of peace, and your own world of possibilities. Protect that space with everything you have. When you stop comparing, you begin to see the beauty in your own life. You start appreciating what you have, not what you don't have. You begin to realize that your life is full of blessings that may not look like anyone else's, but blessings that are uniquely yours. Every small victory is worth celebrating. Every lesson learned is valuable. So the next time you feel the urge to compare yourself to someone else, stop and reflect. Is this comparison serving me, or is it draining me? Am I growing from this, or am I just feeling smaller? The answer will always lie in how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel less than, let it go. Focus on your own energy. Focus on what brings you joy, not what others have or do. And if you find that you're constantly comparing, maybe it's time to take a step back. Protect your energy. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, with thoughts that nourish you, and with actions that empower you. You are worthy of your own love, your own peace, and your own success. Stop letting others' lives dictate the course of yours. Your journey is yours to own, and it's worth more than any comparison. No one else can live your life. So, protect your energy. Keep it close, and only allow what adds value to your life to take up space. You become powerful when you prioritize your own healing. Healing is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When we neglect our own emotional health, we are essentially ignoring the foundation of who we are. How can we truly move forward in life if we haven't taken the time to heal from our past wounds, our mistakes, and our struggles? Healing doesn't mean that we forget the pain. It means we learn to carry it with grace. Prioritizing your healing means making yourself a priority in your own life. It means stopping the cycle of giving and giving without filling your own cup. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. You must first pour into yourself. You must first heal yourself. Only then can you show up fully for others. Healing is a journey. It's not a destination. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic formulas. There's no right way to heal except the one that works for you. But the key is in making the decision to start. To choose yourself over and over again, even when it's hard, even when it feels like you're not moving forward. There will be days when you feel like you're stuck, when you feel like the pain is too much to bear. On those days, be gentle with yourself. Give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission to feel. Healing is not about rushing the process. It's about embracing it, understanding that it will take time, and knowing that every step counts. You will have to let go of certain things on your healing journey. You will have to let go of old habits, old patterns, old beliefs that no longer serve you. But each thing you release is making space for something new, something better, something more aligned with who you are becoming. When you focus on your healing, you begin to reclaim your power. You stop letting your past define you. You stop letting old wounds control your present. You start living in the now, in the present moment where peace resides. Your power lies not in what has happened to you, but in how you choose to rise above it. Your healing journey will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. It is in healing that you find your true strength, your true purpose, and your true voice. And when you heal, you don't just heal for yourself, you heal for those around you too. So take time to heal. Give yourself permission to rest, to cry, to process. Healing is not weak. It is not selfish. It is powerful. It is necessary. And it will lead you to a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more whole than you could ever imagine. When you prioritize your healing, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are learning to embrace your scars, your past, and your journey. You are learning to stand tall, no matter how much you've been through. And that is where your true power lies. At the end of the day. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed today. Focusing on yourself and not on others is not about selfishness. It's about self-awareness, self-love, and honoring your own unique journey. It's about understanding that you are not in competition with anyone except the version of yourself you were yesterday. Your race is your own, and it's only by looking inward that you'll discover how much progress you've truly made. The power lies in protecting your energy from unnecessary comparisons. Life becomes lighter and more fulfilling when you stop measuring yourself against the external world. When you focus on yourself, you open the door to your true potential. You learn to appreciate the small victories and embrace the lessons learned from every challenge. You start living life on your own terms, free from the weight of comparison and centered in your own truth. And above all, remember that you become powerful when you prioritize your healing. Healing isn't a destination, but a continuous process. When you choose to heal, you choose to become the best version of yourself. You stop letting your past define you and embrace the power that lies in your ability to rise, to grow, and to thrive despite what you've been through. So, make the decision today. Focus on yourself, not others. Pour into your own growth, protect your energy, and make your healing a priority. In doing so, you unlock your own greatness, and you'll find the strength to not only create a life that's truly yours, but to inspire others to do the same. Your life is yours to live, take it, honor it, and let it be a testament to the incredible power of focusing on you.